Hallo liebe Kinder, wie geht's? Hoffentlich gut. So we have learned recently how to tell the time in unofficial settings. Now we will use that to tell our daily routine as well. But now before that we have to learn a few new type of verbs which are going to help us tell our daily routine. So let us go. Lies die Beispiele. Wir lesen jetzt die Beispiele. Maria steht um 7 Uhr auf. Der Unterricht fängt um 9 Uhr an. Um 5 Uhr kommt sie nach Hause zurück. Dann ruft sie ihre Freunde an. Von 8 bis 9 sieht sie fern. Sie schläft um 10 Uhr ein. Okay, so this is some part of her daily routine. Whose? Of Maria's. Correct? But now if you observe the verbs, what is happening over here? Maria steht um 7 Uhr auf. Here the verb is actually aufstehen. These kind of verbs, if you see, every time anfangen, zurückkommen, anrufen, fernsehen, einschlafen, all the verbs have two parts, a prefix and the main verb. Correct? The main verb is at second position in conjugated form and prefix is at the end of the sentence. Correct? Let us have a detailed look of these verbs in the next slide. Such type of verbs are called separable verbs or trennbare Verben. Trennbare Verben means separable verbs. Why separable? Because they can be separated into two parts. If you see the first one, aufstehen. Aufstehen is the verb. But we cut it into two parts, prefix and the main verb. So what happens? The main verb is conjugated at the second position and the prefix goes at the end of the sentence. So if you see the oval, it gets cut. Second half of the oval is at second position and the first half, that is the prefix, goes at the end of the sentence. So Maria steht um 7 Uhr auf. Okay. One more example. Anfangen. Anfangen means to begin, to start. Der Unterricht fängt um 9 Uhr an. Das ist auch ein trennbares Verb. An ist das Präfix und fangen ist das Verb. So we conjugate the main verb fangen at the second position, so it becomes fängt, and the prefix an goes at the end of the sentence. Correct? Such verbs are called separable verbs because they can be separated. The prefix and the main verb gets separated while we use them in the sentence. Okay? Let us look at the rules in the next slide. Regeln. Hier haben wir zwei Regeln. There are two rules given over here, but the blanks are there in those rules. We have to fill those blanks with the help of the words given in the bracket. So you can take 2 minutes to yourself to think which word from the bracket will go in which blank. Okay? So could you get it? First rule. Trennbare Verben haben zwei Teile. Teile means parts. Two parts. Trennbare Verben haben zwei Teile. Das Präfix und das Verb. Correct? The prefix and the verb. There are two parts to a separable verb. Das Verb ist konjugiert und steht auf der zweiten Position. The verb is conjugated and is at the second position. und das Präfix steht am Ende. Okay? So you do not have to do anything. Just conjugate the verb at the second position and the prefix goes at the end. So what is the role of the prefix? It enhances or little bit changes the meaning of the verb. Let us look at the verbs in the next slide. Here is a small list of separable verbs. Trennbare Verben. First one is aufstehen. Aufstehen means to get up, to wake up. To get up. Hannah steht jeden Tag 7 Uhr auf. Okay? Simple. Every day she gets up or wakes up at 7 o'clock. Anfangen. We have already seen this. Anfangen means to begin, to start. Das Fußballspiel fängt 8 Uhr an. Anrufen. Anrufen means to call. Meine Mutter ruft meine Oma an. My mother calls my grandma. So meine Mutter ruft meine Oma an. So we conjugate rufen at the second position and an goes at the end of the sentence. Fernsehen, this we already know. Ich sehe jeden Tag 3 Stunden fern. Einladen means to invite. So here the prefix is ein and laden is the verb. Klaus hat Geburtstag. Lädt alle seine Freunde zur Party ein. So laden, it is a strong verb, so it becomes lädt. A umlaut at the second position and is the prefix that goes at the end of the sentence. Zurückkommen. Zurückkommen means to come back. To return, to come back. Mein Vater kommt 6:30 Uhr nach Hause zurück. So, kommen is conjugated at second position and zurück is the prefix that goes at the end of the sentence. Mitkommen. Mitkommen means to come along. Ich gehe in den Mall. Kommst du mit? I am going to the mall. Ich gehe in den Mall. Kommst du mit? Similarly, mitnehmen is to take along. Ich mache ein Picknick. Ich nehme das Essen und die Getränke mit. To take along. Das Essen und die Getränke mit. Mitfahren is to drive along or travel along. Meine Eltern fahren nach Mumbai. Ich fahre mit. My parents are going to Mumbai. I am traveling with them, along with them. So, ich fahre mit. Mitbringen. Can you guess what is the meaning of this? So, everywhere mit has the meaning of along. So, mitkommen, come along. Mitnehmen, take on, to drive along or travel along. Similarly, mitbringen is to bring along. Lukas, bringst du bitte einen Kuchen mit? Can you bring along a cake? And vorlesen. Vorlesen means to read aloud. Not in your mind, to read aloud. Vorlesen. Here the prefix is vor and the verb is lesen. Die Schüler lesen die Texte vor. Correct? So very simple this topic is. There is a prefix and the verb. Two separable verbs. Correct? So what do we have to do? We have to conjugate the verb like we normally conjugate it at the second position. And we have to take the prefix at the end of the sentence. Okay? Prefixes enhance or little bit change the meaning of the original verb. Okay, we have to learn the meaning of the separable verbs by heart. This is a very small list. We will be sending you a longer list of verbs of which the meanings need to be learnt. Okay, so now let us try and fill separable verbs in the next slide. Ergänze die trennbaren Verben. So here there is a list of separable verbs that we saw right now. Let us read them first. Fernsehen, you already know the meaning. Aufstehen is to get up. Zurückkommen is to come back. Anrufen is to call. Anfangen is to begin. Einladen is to invite. And mitbringen is to bring along. Now we know the meanings of these separable verbs. We have to use them correctly in these sentences. Wann dash Mutti von München dash. Es ist schon eine Woche. So it has already been 1 week. Wann kommt Mutti von München zurück? When is she coming back? It has been already 1 week. Wann kommt Mutti von München zurück? Here the subject is Mutti. So we conjugate the verb kommen according to RSZ at the second position. So wann kommt Mutti von München zurück? No changes takes place for the prefix. It is remaining the same zurück as it is at the last position. Maria hat heute Geburtstag. Ich dash sie dash. Maria hat Geburtstag. Ich rufe sie an. I am calling her. Ich rufe sie an. Wir haben eine Party heute Abend. Wir dash alle Freunde dash. Wir haben eine Party. So what will we do if we are having a party? Wir laden alle Freunde ein. So laden we are going to conjugate according to wir. It is laden only, so that will come at the second position and ein will go at the end. Die Kinder schlafen am Wochenende lange. Sie dash erst 10 Uhr dash. So they sleep for a long time on the weekends. They dash at 10 o'clock. What do they do at 10 o'clock? They get up. So you have to put aufstehen here. How? We will conjugate stehen at the second position and auf will go at the end. Die Kinder schlafen am Wochenende lange. Sie stehen erst 10 Uhr auf. Erst means directly. So here sie means they. So we are going to conjugate it as third person plural. Sie stehen erst 10 Uhr auf. Der Film dash 9 Uhr dash. What will happen with the film? It will start, it will begin. So we have to put the verb anfangen. Der Film fängt 9 Uhr an. Now fängt, it is a strong verb. A takes umlaut when it is conjugated according to RSZ. So der Film fängt 9 Uhr an. Now here last one is a dialogue between Lukas and Markus. Lukas: Markus, heute machen wir eine Party. Kannst du kommen? So Lukas is inviting him for the party. And what does Markus say? Ja, gerne. Ich dash einen Kuchen dash. What can he do with the cake? He will bring it along. While going to the party, he will take along a cake. So ich bringe einen Kuchen mit. Correct? So the key to this, the answers of these sentences is, you have to first understand the meaning of the verb. You have to understand the meaning of the sentence and place the correct verb in the correct sentence. Unless you understand the meaning, you will not be able to place the verb. So once you have matched the correct verb to the correct sentence, The only thing remains is that you have to conjugate the verb at second position and put the prefix at the end of the sentence. Correct? Very, very simple. So we can now solve the worksheet based on separable verbs now. Okay? Good. Choose.